What up, Long Beach? It's Tyler.
And Mike.
Welcome back to your home for local sports.
This More League track video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company.
At the Vet on a beautiful Saturday here in Long Beach for the 2014 More League track finals. A lot of tents, a lot of flags, a lot of wind as we get ready to decide who the fastest kids are in the city.
58th time the More League has had a track championship, and you knew it was going to be special because there were some great athletes and coaches here for the last time in Long Beach. But we start things off, as we always do, with the 4x1 relay. And frankly, Tyler, a great day of racing, but not a lot of surprises, and certainly that was the case in the 4x1, where the nation-leading Jackrabbits asserted themselves.
Yeah, that team in green is really, really good, and they are obviously going to handle business in this race. Autumn Wright, Jade Lewis, and now Maya Perkins getting the handoff, and you can see, the separation is there. And then Ariana Washington will put the cherry on this one. This team's looking for national records in the next few weeks, so no disrespect to the rest of the league, but you're just in the presence of that team right now.
It is certainly just a nationally elite team, and you can see here Washington not really pushing herself as she comes down the stretch because she didn't need to. Polly winning with a time of 46.17 and easily moving on. Now to the boys 4x1, which could have been a little bit more in question, but the Jackrabbits, a proud tradition in this relay as well, and eager to prove themselves on a 2014 team that is certainly not as heralded as the girls' version.
No, and it's tough to be as heralded as that team, but a good race here. Wilson's relay teams are very, very good on the boys' side, and so this one would be competitive going the distance. Also love this race because you get a lot of football players in this race.
We do always call this the football race, and and once again, there's a lot of guys, that Cabrillo team, basically all football players, but a great anchor leg by Malik Dennis for Polly, who could be a football player, I think, if he wanted to, and he's going to bring that thing home for the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, he pulls away and gets the win for Polly. It was in doubt, but a good job there for Dennis as the Rabbits get both of the 4x1 relays to start us off. And now the girls 1600. These a lot more of a reasonable, leisurely day at Hartwell pace, Mike.
Yes, definitely. And Janice stay in yo lane out front early. But her teammate Melissa Tanaka, the fabulous freshman, would join her. And you see Milliken's Jocelyn Dominguez, the More League champion, lurking right there in the front of the back of the pack.
Yeah, but Dominguez jumps to the front here on the last lap, but Tanaka, the freshman, saved her kick, waited to have the sun on her face and the wind at her back, Mike, as on this last stretch, she's going to pull ahead and get the victory. A great job by Tanaka, just starting off her Jackrabbit career.
Well, she followed by Dominguez Lane and Pamela Tran, but yeah, she absolutely dropped the hammer, and that was an experienced and savvy race for a freshman to run with a great time of 5:17.05. And as you said, bright things ahead for her.
We go to the boys' side, and less drama at the front of the pack. Leaders were consistent in this one, led by Anthony Palazzo, followed by teammate Zach Ponce and Lakewood's Gerardo Salazar. But really it was Palazzo cruising in the front in this one, as that top three remained pretty unchanged in a routine 16 hundo, but Polly going 1-2 at the top.
Miguel Bautista sidelined by an AP stats test, not able to participate in that race.
Happens to the best of us.
We go to the hurdles. These two, Ebony Creer, Kimber Payne, Texas A&M, LSU bound Jackrabbits, and of course they were in the center lanes, and they were out in front as Creer, just so strong, going over these hurdles, and collision.
Yeah, there was some traffic back there, but Creer, has established herself very good in this event, and she would best Payne with a 13.85. Always good to go under 14. Now to the boys 110, we know those three.
This is the signature race of this event, wouldn't you say?
Polly's Juan Ward, Bayron Manuel from Wilson, and the favorite in this one, Masana Viltz, the Milliken Ram, and it's always fun to watch these three in the hurdles. Good start for Manuel. Viltz had to come from behind both of his key rivals, but Viltz so technically sound, whipping that right leg over the hurdle, and he crosses in front with a 13.78. We will see more of those trio later. Let's go to the girls 400, 3 Rabbits in the middle of the track, very good in this event. the nation's leader in the middle, Kaylin Roberts. She's the one that looks like she's coming out of a cannon.
She's not waiting to make up that stagger, and Kaylin Roberts, you mentioned it, she's a freshman, she's the best in the country, she does not look or run like a freshman, and she is just something else. Really looking forward to getting to watch her run for another 3 years, as she's got certainly enough in the tank to get that one done, and the freshman with her first individual Moore League title in a time of 55:25.
Followed by Autumn Wright and Holly Harris. Kamani Briggs from Wilson in the boys 400. He's the favorite in the middle of the track, a very long strider for the Bruins. In the middle of the pack, but he takes the lead right there on that second turn. But not for long, Polly's Marie Harris is closing on him on his right, and he's going to go and catch him, Mike.
Probably the best finish of the day, because you see, I mean, he really had to work down the stretch, and he just gets him. A great come-from-behind run by Marie Harris right there. And remember, to this point, Polly's really only lost one race. A lot of love for Harris as he wins by 0.05 of a second.
Who was that hugging him? Oh, there she is, Ariana Washington. She took the beats off for the race here in the 100. She might have been able to win it rocking the headphones, but she decided to go without him. And a defining race, she's just the sprinter that we all come to see. Couldn't quite set a school record, but it wasn't a day for records, but you can see how much she was out in front of that field.
Well, she finished at the time of 11.5. Ashley Chambers of Wilson and Jade Lewis behind her, but yes, another win for Ariana Washington. We go to the 200. This is big because if she wins this, she would finish her Moore League career undefeated in the Moore League finals, and she said obviously that was her goal. So that's what she wanted to do. The 200, honestly, she's so strong in this event. If she's made up that difference going into the straightaway, you just really feel like she's going to take it home.
There's a lot of green shirts behind her, Mike, but she's going to handle business.
Yeah, this was sort of Polly's event. This caps a wonderful Moore League career for Ariana Washington, who has 7 individual championships and 10 overall in 4 years of running events.
You know? We go back to the boys 100 as we stay sprinty. Malik Brown from Milliken, joined by Jeremy Calhoun, as a couple of footballers going at it in this one. A very close race here for this 100. It was very even going the way, but Brown going to edge it out in front. Compton's Jacob Bryant in second. And let's take a look at the replay of Calhoun's fall. Tough love there.
No tackle, but Brown did win at 10.87. Calhoun would be okay, and in the 200, it's a double-double for Brown with a time of 21.92, just edging Harris by 1/100th of a second.
What can Brown do for you? He can double up the sprints. Great showing for the Ram. We go to the 8 for the girls as the sun gets lower in the sky. Janice Lane, she's back again, ran out to the lead, stretched it out, as you can see, and she cruised at this distance, and Polly would sweep the top 4. Lane, Tanaka in second, Kaylani Rose, and Lauren Jones finish out as there's green shirts aplenty at the front of this pack. But Lane got the win, and Tanaka, there she is again, Mike, right up near the front of the field.
Well, and you said it, before, a bright future for her, obviously. We go to the boys 800. One of the more exciting races of the day is Jaleel Norwood of Lakewood out front. We have not seen a lot of red and white up there, but Holly's Chris Polk is going to poke his head up to the lead right there. Picked his spot not too early because he got this. He locked it down, and again, kind of dropping the hammer. Those Poly kids showed they had some kick down the back stretch.
Yeah, Polk, a great run there. We'd see more from him later, but yeah, salute the fans. It was not too early as he made his move and held on comfortably. The girls' 300 hurdles, Creer on the left, Payne on the right. Payne better suited for this event. This is her marquee event, but again, she's working her way back from injury, not at 100%, and Creer obviously very, very good, and so she's not going to give you much wiggle room, even though she's on her team.
Well, these are 2 elite runners. Payne's already been named an All-American. Career certainly looking like she's having that kind of a season. A tough day for Kimber Payne. Came to this event from her grandmother's funeral, so obviously feel for her. But once again, these 2 Jackrabbits, the class of the league, maybe the class of the CIF as they finish 1-2.
Yeah, we'll see, but Creer pulls the hurdle double. Now to the boys 300, Viltz, Manuel, and Ward. There you see him in that order. Viltz going for the hurdle double, but he's stronger in the shorter race. The 300 has more been suited for maybe Ward, but Manuel again out in front. the way he was in the other race. Could he hold off Viltz, who saved a lot for this last stretch?
And I think what you're looking at right here may end up being the CIF Division I final. These three guys going neck and neck. We're very excited to see how they do in prelims and at the CIF Championships because this trio is phenomenal.
Oh, hit the deck!
It's Manuel. He was excited. That was not a slap of frustration right there. He was pumped up. His time of 37.72 gets it done for the Bruin. That was Wilson's only race win of the day.
Good old-fashioned manual labor right there. The girls 3200, where you can put it into cruise control. Jessica Gonzalez out in front, followed by Jocelyn Dominguez. And Gonzalez doing a good job running her race, and this was special for her to win this one.
Well, this was really a great story because this was the duel in the Moore League Finals. I mean, Jocelyn Dominguez took, I think Jessica Gonzalez felt like she was going to be the Moore League champion because she had been, and it was Dominguez's year, but Gonzalez said, well, at Moore League, I'm going to get this in track, and she did it. She wins the 32. Emotional win for Gonzalez. This sort of, she said, like, was a validation for her senior season as she gets a hug from her coach, Nate Burstell, right there.
Georgia Kaplan getting third for the Jackrabbits. The boys 3200. If you were looking for drama in this one, you're not gonna get it. It was one man's race, and his name is Miguel Bautista.
Leader or not, the chase back was over 11 seconds behind, and it was three rabbits back there anyway with Palazzo, Christian Kerr, and Gian Delphine. But Bautista, the winner, 9:29.79. He was moving out there, and over 10 seconds gap in the victory, so pretty good.
They didn't want the work. Girls 4x4 as night falls on Vets.
Ale Harris.
Knew she'd be back as she makes her move there on the first leg, handing off to Autumn Wright. You can see what the gap has grown to for the Rabbits. Also very good in the 4x4. Angela Morong here on the third leg. And there's Kaylin Roberts again as a routine 4x4 victory for the Poly girls. Obviously the team championship never in doubt for them. 3:51.75 was their time as they win it by over 7 seconds. And some chatter down to the very last race between Poly and Wilson. Those would be the ones to watch in the boys 4x4. Last race of the day, and it starts off pretty nice.
Well, this is the perfect event to close a track meet on because it's almost always the most exciting race of the day. It's a mile long, but it's sometimes decided, just by a split second. And Polly's second leg, the 400 winner, Maria Harris, doing battle right there.
And he gives Polly the lead, but Kimani Briggs, who was the runner-up in the 400, is going to make his move and give Wilson the lead back on leg 3. So you saw the top two runners in that 400 play very important parts in telling the story of this race, even though they weren't on the anchor. Speaking of the anchor, it's Chris Polk again, and he is not going to go too early. He's just going to get out and stay out and make sure the Jackrabbits get the win on the final race of the night.
Well, and a great performance by Pope right there to get that one done as the Jackrabbits are going to take it with a time of 3:19.59. They celebrate that one. Fans going nuts for that, the fans that stayed. This was the last race of the day, but we do have some field events. Vincent Calhoun once again in the high jump. Kaylin Davis on the girls. For the pole vault, Kevin Labate from Lakewood and Regina Hernandez from Wilson.
In the shot put, Dewan Lucas from Lakewood and Cecilia Puaka from Cabrillo getting the victories. In the discus, Gerard Amix from Milliken and Brianne Monroy, also from Milliken, getting the victory. Onyx Gaston of Poly won both the long and triple jump for the girls.
In the boys' jumps, Kimani Briggs from Wilson had the long jump, and George Sales from Poly had the triple jump to cap a phenomenal day of Moore League action and the track postseason just getting underway, because obviously we've got CIF prelims, then we've got CIF championships, then we've got Masters, then we've got state. And boy, it's going to be a fun 4 weeks, Tyler.
We've got plenty of gas left in the tank. You haven't seen our kick yet. Long Beach, stay with us for the best track coverage around.